Hey, so the first thing we're going to do is go over to MailChimp.com, and from there we are going to log in with the credentials that I sent you. So that's Jeditronics followed by the password. So we'll just wait for that to load up. Looks like there's something a little off with my connection today. Yeah, we're not doing too good. Alright, so once you're in, we're going to go up to lists to find the email list that we're going to be updating. And we're going to click on that first list, Jeditronics LLC. It has to be the first list. Make sure it's Jeditronics LLC that you're updating, because otherwise the whole campaign that we're going to be running is not going to work. So to update this list, you go over to Add Subscriber, and we're going to be updating it from this Excel sheet that I sent you. So you would go up to the first one, copy paste. If there's a first and last name that are in this email address, I mean, an obvious first and last name, you would put those in here. Now, I don't know anybody named D Mass, so we're not going to assume that this is a name here. Next, we're going to check off HTML. Make sure it's HTML, not plain text. So check off HTML, and then check off these two boxes right here. Subscribe, and that's it. You get your first contact done. Now, to give you an example, say Jeff J. Baker. I mean, you would be going to the second one, just as an example, if you have a first and last name in the email address. So you look, you say, okay, this guy's first name is definitely Jeff, last name Baker. So you're going to enter that in as well, Jeff Baker, and then just proceed how we did for the first one. HTML, check off the two boxes, and you're done. Now, if you're not positive that a first and last name are in that email, don't put them in. So, for example, with this one, JJ Brees, you might say, well, sounds like his first name could be JJ, last name Brees, but JJ is not that common of a name. We don't know that. Brees isn't a common last name. So we're not going to make any assumptions here with regard to what the names are. Just leave it as is, skip the name part, HTML, check them both off, and subscribe. So that's it. You're just going to rinse and repeat for all of the emails on this list. Put each of them in. As you saw here, I think for every one that we did, they were already in the database. So it might tell you this person's a repeat. That's okay. Just put them all in, because some of these have been done already, especially in the early parts of the list. However, even in the first part of the list, there are a lot of names in that spreadsheet that are not in our database. So just go through each one of them on this Excel sheet and put them in here. Now, you might at some point realize that there is an import function on the right. You say, oh, well, I don't have to enter them in manually one by one. Don't do that. I think we have import disabled for this list, so it won't even let you do that. But if there was some way to import the list, don't do that, because if you were to import the list, what would happen is every single email on this list would receive a notification that you put them into a database. If you do it one by one manually, as I just laid out for you, that's not going to happen. And when we have emails, my boss's email, my email, along with every email on our staff, is also in this list. So if you go over here and click import, we're going to find out about it. Don't do it. If it were that simple, I would just import it myself. You got to go through each one and enter it the way in which I showed you. So other than that, that's it. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.